I'm just about what they call broke, because I'm not allowed to work or to stop right in the middle of my profession. I'm not complaining over what they have done, but I'm just saying that if I never fight again, I'll never see a ring. The people who don't know that, who the real champion is.
Yeah. Figurative imagery lost in a world of mystery, stumbling through these mystic wounds, operative words of misbelief on. Guided his travels through and far between, the summer seemed to be impenetrable. Any past attempt is credible, meddling with his pedestal. The sacrilegious right was spoken, the last projection of a thought, quiet when set in motion. Pebble in ocean, another grain of these endless sands, buried to the neck in a vulture's nest with weapon in hand. Survivalist, he would spend all of his time within an inhibiting habitat, riddled with malice or sporadic. How it's managed to reach this balanced act from cover to cover without sight of an attacker, man, imagine that. A lonely ghost in a never active machine of war, placed with peace intended but lost within the deceit of course. True belligerence on the cusp of his innocence, a cut above the norm but a blunted form of meticulous positioning. He had a heart still from date of birth, and drowned his sorrows in the morrow had to take his worth. Ready for anything like short second but aimed it first. Living how we lived, you couldn't make it worse. And as days became years and years progressed onwards, and background changed from ominous to prosperous, he was shipped back to origin, and it soon became obvious that he couldn't adjust. And plus he had no money and he was constantly borrowing, gambling and swigging from a bottle of rum. The man that wasted half his life, now what the fuck has he done? Seriously, now what the fuck has he done? Cause things were so different way back then, back on the front line with a knife as a friend. His rifle's his mic and his knife was his pen. Yeah, the art of war is where this guy's mind ends. Cause things were so different way back then, back on the front line with a knife as a friend. His rifle's his mic and his knife was his pen. Yeah, the art of war is where this guy's mind ends. Now he's running and he don't know why. Heart busting at his chest in respiratory arrest, think he's about to die. On the corner by the 7-Eleven, it's past 12, so nobody's there to witness his ascension to heaven. It's introspective, he thinks of what he could have been. He didn't see his life, he see the life they put him in. Lost alone, he never had a place to go, a place for home. His place was in the blood and the bones, and his days became years. Years progressed onwards and background changed from ominous to prosperous. He was sent to the gods of us, another soul taken off duty. Another path that didn't run smoothly, left oppression, lives in oppression, life for the unruly, or the unruled king in his final resting place. The one time forgot his worship by a neglected faith. No longer thinking about the wife that took his son away, and no longer imagining living to fight another day. He made the jump, freedom lifted him up. So was his death tragic, thinking what his life had become? Or was it saving grace, taking the pain away? Day to day, ain't living, you ain't paving ways. And what it all comes down to, your life can be determined by the people around you, people around you. Cause things were so different way back then, back on the front line with a knife as a friend. His rifle's his mic and his knife was his pen. Yeah, the art of war is where this guy's mind ends. Cause things were so different way back then, back on the front line with a knife as a friend. His rifle's his mic and his knife was his pen. Yeah, the art of war is where this guy's mind ends. Cause things were so different way back then, back on the front line with a knife as a friend. His rifle's his mic and his knife was his pen. Yeah, the art of war is where this guy's mind ends. Cause things were so different way back then, back on the front line with a knife as a friend. His rifle's his mic and his knife was his pen. Yeah, the art of war is where this guy's mind ends. Cause things were so different. Yeah, things were so different. Cause things were so different way back then. Cause things were so different. Yeah, things were so different. Cause things were so different way back then.
I see shadows. I see shadows. I see shadows. I see shadows. Shadows on the street, shadows on the road, shadows by my feet, shadows in my soul. Life from my dreams, cast shadows in the dark. Nights when I